Welcome to Wildwood, New Jersey, and the first running of Thunder on the Beach. Wildwood, the southernmost barrier island in New Jersey, played host to a weekend of family fun. This two-day event played host to some of the best monster trucks in the racing business. Stay with us when we come back. We'll show you the first round of monster trucks running right here on Thunder on the Beach. Welcome back to Wildwood, New Jersey for the first time ever monster truck racing on a beach. And on this beach right here, monster trucks have been crushing cars and running for the past 25 years, but this kind of a brand new experiment, and the team's a little bit leery about getting into it. Side-by-side monster truck racing going off the green flag, and whoever wins heads on to the next round. The loser goes back to the trailer. First up, we've got the Warrior out of Pennsylvania and the Devil's Dodge, driven by John Seasock, also out of Pennsylvania. This is going to be a good first-round matchup. The key here, how they get the horsepower transferred to the ground. Running on sand, we may see some tires slip here a little bit as they come off the line. The whole shot as they respond to the green flag. Over our two sets of jumps, and then the finish. Three distinct parts of a monster truck track: the start, the jumps, and the runoff area or the finish. All of them very, very important. Keeping that vehicle under control and putting all that horsepower down to the ground. The truck's weighing 10,000 pounds and producing 1,500 to 1,800 horsepower. First round matchup, the Warrior in the far lane up against the Devil's Dodge in the near lane. And it's going to be the Dodge taking home the win. John Seasock takes home the first round victory. He'll move up, and he is into the barrier right there. Again, that run-up so very, very important, keeping that truck under control. He'll take the win, and he'll move on into the... As we continue with round number one, out of New Jersey, it's the UFO, piloted by Bob Fisher, a hometown hero here, driving the UFO Ford. He'll match up against Gary Bauer out of Vienna, Ohio, this Buckeye behind the wheel of the Nightmare Ford. So it's the Blue Oval Bunch going to tangle here in the first round as we've got side-by-side monster truck racing in Wildwood, New Jersey on the beach. A beautiful afternoon for motorsport competition. And a new wrinkle to monster truck racing, running it on the sand. Ford versus Ford here in round one action on Thunder on the Beach. And the UFO takes the win. Another first round in the books right there. A nice run off the very beginning of the line and a great landing for the UFO, and Bob Fisher moves on to the next. Next up, we have the Monster Patrol with an old mud racer behind the wheel, Tom Means out of Paxton, Illinois. 2.5 years as a mud racer, just getting into the monster truck scene. Watch him coming off the start. He will match up against Wildfire. That Wildfire, the Chevrolet, driven by Calvin Carrington out of Connecticut. The Wildfire matches up against Tom Means and the Monster Patrol. Another battle here on the whole shot, taking over the part of no man's land and landing these trucks. This will be a good one. Meets in the near lane, the far lane, Calvin Carrington. And maybe a bit of an upset win right there as Carrington will move into the next round as he puts the Wildfire Chevrolet one step closer to victory. Means got left on the line. A late leave by the Monster Patrol. Rolling out of the staging lanes next will be the Snakebite Ford, driven by Ricky Rattler out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. This is a good first-round matchup as he meets Gary Wiggins out of Wadesboro, North Carolina, in the Carolina Crusher. The first real heavy-duty Ford versus Chevrolet matchup. This is going to be a big one here as these two guys probably bring the two best trucks in the first round together. Snakebite in the far lane, and in the near lane, Gary Wiggins and Carolina Crusher. Wiggins in the Crusher had a little miss coming to the line, maybe an ignition problem on the way. Snakebite takes the win. Wiggins with problems off the line. The ignition just not coming up to full song, so the Snake moves into the next round. He's the fast Ford on this Chevy versus Ford battle. Snakebite into round number 2. Next up, it is Alan Pizzo and the Predator out of Millington, Michigan, a young gun who's got this truck running real well this year. He'll move up against Lonnie Childress out of Hazelwood, Missouri in Bigfoot number 10. Bob and Marilyn Chandler's reign of Bigfoot trucks has come down, and this truck in the far lane to Bigfoot Ford up against Alan Pizzo in the Predator. Still in round number 1, Thunder on the Beach. You'll find out who's the best in the business. The Predator just doesn't have it coming off the line. Lonnie Childress puts a great effort in there for Bigfoot 10. And another Ford moves into round number 2. Pizzo with problems right off the start. He'll have to see if he can get them fixed to come back and race yet another day. Wrapping up the first round, a matchup here in round number 1. It's David Morris out of Springfield, Tennessee, aboard the Equalizer, and Dennis Anderson in the Gravedigger out of Poplar Beach, North Carolina. Anderson, one of those guys that will just let it all hang out all of the time. This should be a pretty good matchup. Morris has run pretty well in the last couple of weeks in the Equalizer. Again, Dennis Anderson, Gravedigger in the far lane. David Morris, the Equalizer, right in the near lane. This may be the best race in the first round. Morris had it off the line early at Equalizer, but the Gravedigger and Dennis Anderson comes back at the top end to take the win. Dennis Anderson puts the Digger into round number 2, and that wraps up round number 1. A come-from-behind victory by the Digger. The day is not over for the Equalizer. David Morris will come back into round 2. He was the quickest of the first round losers. Track conditions and vehicle setups will play a big part of round number 2.
I tell you, the track is it's a loose track and it's fun. I was a little disgusted during our race. I don't have the tires to hook up like I wanted to, and we're messing with a new motor, and I don't really like our cam design. But hey, other than that, man, the track's great. It's a great, safe place. Big wide open area, man. You can just go ahead and gouge on and get crazy with it.
They're all going to get down with it and get crazy as round 2 is coming up next. Stay with us as we return round 2 of Thunder on the Beach right here on Wheel Power.